welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday and we're going for a walk. I've put my boyfriend in charge of deciding where to go, and I've just asked him where we're going, and he said, oh, I don't know. But you do know, I'm sure you know.
Well, I know it's 13 minutes away, and it's a 4-mile walk, and it says it takes 2 hours, that's it.
I've just gone past the sign, it says Neath Port Talbot, so we just sort of entered that region. Oh, it's all gone all scenic all of a sudden. We must be nearly there, I think.
It's a bit like rural Ireland.
Oh well, problem number one, the car park is absolutely jammed. It says there's an overflow car park, which is a £5. This is a National Trust one, we didn't realise. I don't see any pay on display, but I've got a feeling, don't you have to pay for National Trust ones?
Nobody's got stickers.
That one's got a National Trust sticker on their window, or is that English Heritage?
I don't know, but none of these cars have got like a parking.
No, that's true, they
well,
don't.
They're not stickers.
No, they haven't, you're right.
Dash, I suppose.
We're very doubtful that we're going to find anywhere, but we're just going to go on a little bit, see if there's a lay-by or something like that. We think we found somewhere, just here, up on the side.
Front is sticking out a bit more.
He's going to move it in a little bit more. He's just taking a moment to check the route now, because we're not sure if we've overshot the start of it, so we might need to just walk back a bit. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely sunny day. We planned to have a walk in the rain, because we just presumed it would rain. It's not raining, so that's a bonus, isn't it? I've got packed lunch packed. Are you fussing about the car again? Are you going to move it again? He's moving it again.
Probably because there's a tree there, that might get scratched.
Okay, it was tucked right in before, but now it's tucked right in even more. There's no way a passenger's going to get in through that door now. It's like right up against the side. Look, look, spring, spring. Spring is springing. We're getting little, I'm not sure what to call them, buds. Are they catkins? I don't know. Sun's going in now. It's typical, isn't it? Well, we've made a start on the walk anyway, past a very full car park, and there was crowds of people there actually. It's the first time there haven't been any, so I've waited till now to get the camera out. There's a huge ravine down there, and I can hear the sound of like a waterfall or something like that. Whew, don't fall off the edge. This looks fun. Yeah, yeah. Oh. So far we've been going quite steeply downhill, so we're kind of thinking on the way back it's going to be quite steeply uphill. Not looking forward to that. Everyone that's been coming past us this way has been puffing and panting and looking a bit unhappy, I must say, like this. Like that, that's what they've been looking like. So yeah, not looking forward to that bit. We've kind of come down there and we're just looping back round now because we want to see if we can get a closer look at that lovely waterfall that we saw. It's a little bit muddy. We've had a lot of rain recently here in Wales. I just saw a man trying to clean all the mud off his shoes in some grass. He looked like, you know, that thing that dogs do with their feet. And they've been to the loo, they're like, he was doing that in the grass. It was quite funny. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at that, it's kind of cascading down. There's a great big one. We'll try and get a bit closer to it. So I don't know if this camera's picking it up. It's kind of coming down very vertically, and then it's kind of zigzagging, meandering its way down here. It's a long way down. Oh. I foresaw ascent. Ascent begins at this point. Very mossy. I love that. I think it's very picturesque the way it just hangs down so vertically. It's kind of contrasting with the other angles, and I find that rather pleasing. I've doubled up my ear protection because I hate getting earaches. So I got my little ear muffy things and my hat as well, because they work. There's only one layer of fabric, but it works. Keeps your ears from getting earachy.
It's alright, we can work it out.
Oh, thank you.
It's okay, don't worry, don't stress.
Fallen ivy. It's stunning. He's found us a good walk, definitely. I'm already being awestruck early on. Been a lot of families on this one, a lot of little children. You might have noticed some passing welly boots. Oh, look at that! It's monstrous. Oh, there's somebody behind it. Yeah, you can walk behind it if you want. I don't know how wet you get and whether I want to take my cameras under there, but let's see, shall we? Woo! We're approaching the waterfall. I can see a rainbow appearing in the spray. I'm just concentrating on not slipping to my doom at the moment. I can feel the spray from here actually, on my face. Little speckles of water landing all over my face, little tiny ones. Just asked a man how wet do you get under there, and he said it's just the spray mist really. Oh, this is an adventure, isn't it? There's a few people under there, including a little boy. I can definitely feel that spray coming. I think the camera will be alright, and I can always put my coat over it if I need to. This is a waterproof one, this is the action cam. How's this for a bit of terrain, eh? We've got big drips coming down off this little ledge here. Beautiful Wales. I love the power. I love seeing the power of it as it impacts that surface of the water down there. You can see how much is dripping down when you see that puddle there. We've got big ploppy drops landing in it, look. Oh, very wet. I think that's the worst of it. Oh, lots of spray. Hello. Hey, we did it. Yeah, it's too wet to get my other camera out. At least we'll do a lens change. But can you see all the water billowing up here, all the spray? I feel like my face is getting very wet by this point, but it's worth it. Look at that. That's absolutely tremendous. The glasses are wet. We're going back. That was super, super fun. My screen, my monitor screen on this is absolutely sopping wet by this point. We just climbed up a very steep thing. We're both exhausted now. This is where we are. Good Henrhyd National Trust, as you see. I mentioned that earlier. Oh my gosh, right, I need a drink. I'm going to put my bag down. I brought a bottle of squash with me, and unfortunately I've already drunk half of it in the car. I've got a can of pop for later as well. Whenever I'll sit down and I'll proper stop. When IB's navigating, you find yourself in overgrown areas and then you think, is this one of his little shortcuts? Someone's going to the loo there, his toilet roll. Ugh. Well, he's just gone through here, now he's coughing because he's gone through a load of flies. Are we coming back? Have we gone wrong before I go through here now and... No, he's keeping on going. Ugh. Oh, there's a canoe. A trampoline. I'm sure this isn't the walk. There's no way the National Trust would like have a path like this. So
Come on, we're going back.
we're going back. Yeah. I did ask.
Swallowed a fly.
You swallowed a fly. Yeah, you need to get a spider next. There's several in that bush. Just go through the mouth open.
Come on, let's go.
I know an old ivy who swallowed a fly. I don't know why he swallowed the fly. We won't go anymore with that song. Going back. Pointing the camera forwards this time so you can see what I've got to endure with his navigating. That coughing sound is the fly, I think. Ugh. Looking its way back up. The trachea. Maybe you breathed it in rather than swallowed it. Oh, well, so there we are. It's the trachea then, not the esophagus. Watch out, there's some protruding things. Oh, this is the wrong way now, is it? Oh, there he goes. Oh, this is better. We've come out onto a road now. Very scenic little picturesque village maybe. So we're going to walk along here for a bit. I'm just following him. He's still coughing up that fly. It's that time of year that the magnolia flowers are starting to come out. There's an old chapel here. I'm wondering if it's been turned into a dwelling. Because sometimes people do that. They buy churches and then live in them. Kind of looks homey. It's got cars parked outside. We've come to another chapel now. Chapel Coilbrain. Looks like an old one. This one definitely is still a chapel. Got this little half-height gate. Says he's trying the door. Let's see if we can go in and have a look. Is it locked?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this chapel was rebuilt at the joint expense of the Hamletiers and water price of Glenfleich, 1799.
Looks like a community hall, eh?
Oh yeah, that's all boarded up as well. We're coming up to an old school. I was just saying, oh, is that a church or a school? And a resident was walking in front of us and he turned around and he said, it's an old school. It's been shut for years. Somebody bought it 20 years ago and hasn't done a thing with it since. So there we are. That's the local gossip on that. And that's all boarded up as well.
This community hall looks like it was linked.
Well, perhaps it was part of the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an extension, you know, to the original 1912 school. Let's have a look in the schoolyard. I'm nipping over there and I'm fascinated by things like old schools and old churches and old hospitals. Ysgol Gynradd Coilbrain, Colbrain Primary School. Going through the overgrowth here to have a look at the yard. Oh, there's not much left of it now. Look at that. It's really dilapidated at the moment. Anyway, it could be a good project for somebody if they ever do anything with it. It's a lovely looking building. We've been walking a little bit further, and my other half is just, well, actually we're doing a circular walk. Why didn't we just come at any other point where it's easy to park the car, like in a lay-by, for example, just park there and then just do the circular walk from that point rather than going to the main official start point. Oh, I know what this is now, Forsythia, because people have helped me to identify this through the vlogs in the past. Nice to see it. Nice. That's a very cute bus shelter there. I don't see a bus stop sign though, so I don't know if it's actually in use. It's a lot more substantial than a lot of the bus stops you get these days, or bus shelters I should say, and sometimes you don't get them at all. Some of the train shelters, Grangetown one, oh my gosh. It's just like this roof miles away with no sides, and you don't stay dry under there, you just get wet because it just comes in through the side, and it runs along the poles along the roof and then it drips down on you, so it's absolutely useless. We've happened across a very cute little playground there, quite old-fashioned really, old-fashioned slide, old-fashioned swings. It looks like there is still a bus service running because I didn't see any signs, but though there's a timetable there. There we go, number 62 comes here. Primate sanctuary, I wasn't expecting to come across that. I wonder if we'll see any. Well, apart from me, obviously, you can see me, I'm a primate. I think we've come across the monkey sanctuary bit. We thought they were greenhouses over there, that thing, and they're not. It's monkey enclosures, of course. We've got some little ponies as well. Let's have a quick hello to you, little small ones. Hello. Want to say hello to the vlog? Say hello, YouTube. Hello, Planet Imo subscribers. We're not going to the monkey sanctuary. It says entrance for tickets, shop toilets. I really need the loo, I need a wee. I'm going to see if I can get away with using it. Yes, they kindly allowed me to use the toilets. That was very kind of them. And we're a bit hungry now. So we're keeping our eyes peeled for somewhere suitable to sit down and eat our picnic. We're eating apples. And we've gone over a couple of stars. Well, we're about to go over the second one. There's this funny little bit where, like, the road goes alongside it, but we're just cutting through someone's garden. I need hands for this. I'll just take it slow. I've got a rucksack on my back as well, so it's affecting my balance a bit. Very cute little footpath here. I was just going over yet another stile, and there was a big sudden rip noise, and I felt the vibration of it in my rear end. There go my trousers again. You could have a look. Well, it's not going to make any difference. I feel the draft. I'll have to show the viewers when I'm not wearing them because it'll be indecent exposure otherwise. It's that big. Between those two fingers there, that's the length of one of the rips. Oh, the rain's flipping starting. Oh, just when we wanted to have a picnic as well. So, we're kind of given up on trying to find anywhere to sit and eat. So we're standing and eating on a bridge with a lovely view of a waterfall, eating cold tortilla that I bought from Lidl. I made a shopping vlog of that. It's on my other channel, my second channel, and it's doing very well for views at the moment. I've been having the occasional look. Cheers. It's very delicious actually. I reckon we're going to want the other bit, which is in my bag.
No, I don't mind waiting.
So tasty. We've got a big hill, so we need fortification of the calorie kind before we attempt to climb up it really. In my experience, about 20 minutes after eating is when the power kicks back in if you've been flagging because you're hungry. As soon as I had the last mouthful of food, it stopped raining. I suppose that's good news really. We're passing another very scenic ravine with a waterfall going down it, so I thought that was worth showing you. This bit of the walk is very undulating, very uppy and downy. We've got steps, you know, it's really well maintained path. We've got a lovely thing happening with the water here. I love the way, like, I don't know, the variety of textures and speeds. It's very yellowy looking, isn't it? I wonder if that's iron. Oh, look at the rocks down there, the way that's formed. It's actually raining a little bit again now, so I'm not getting my bigger camera out because it gets ruined. But that's very, very interesting, the patterns on that rock. I presume water has done that over the millennia, carved away, gouging it out. Is that wild garlic? I think we've got absolutely tons of wild garlic over there. It's raining again, of course. That was short-lived, that dry spell. All the way along here we've been gazing down at really interesting water formations. I don't know if that's how you describe that. Quite a funny looking, like an old shed or something coming up, all rusted. It's corrugated iron, I presume, because of the colour it's gone. Reminds me of an Anderson shelter, isn't it? It's a Morrison shelter that goes in the house under the table, isn't it, or something like that. I don't think it was an Anderson shelter, but it reminds me of it, you know. Look, a little old tumble down cottage in ruins now, but it's pretty intact really. You see, still got roof on it and chimneys and some remnants of, I don't know if that's phone line or electricity. I'm looking at that up there. Sorry, it's not zoomed in. It's because it's raining basically. Oh wow! Oh, come and look. Oh, you can see like where the fireplaces were and little recesses in the wall. I wonder where upstairs would have been. I mean, there's this kind of a ledge. I mean, I wonder if the ground would have been lower because maybe it's filled in. Watch out for all the detritus and that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, look, you can still see some tiles from the fireplace, maybe.
Fireplace, yeah, look.
Yeah, you can see how higher the ground is now because of the top of the height of the fireplace there. You see that? Yeah, that's so cool.
It's a big house, you know. Someone wouldn't have been a single person. You would think you'd have a family, and I don't know why, because it's...
Well, if it's a landowner, the landowners tended to have bigger dwellings, didn't they, than
very inhospitable territory.
Yeah, it's very cool. You can see where the chimney was, but the wall has fallen away, but you can see where the cavity once was. Oh, I love stuff like this. Off the tourist trail, you know, just little finds. Yeah, what a remote place to live. It's dripping wet, look. You can imagine maybe it would have been prone to having a landslide, because look, that's kind of... I was just telling the camera, I wonder if it was prone to sort of destruction from a landslide, because that land has been cut into there. There doesn't seem to be any retaining wall. Yeah, I was just about to say maybe the geology is solid. Yeah, I think you're right. It looked a bit earthy because it's covered in moss and water, but actually no, I think there's rock under there. It's just got a bit of surface soil now. Anyway, I'm going to stop going on about that, and we're going to carry on our rainy walk. We're about 2/3 of the way through. We're starting to get a little demoralised by the constant rain. It's not constant mud. I mean, the path is really good, but we've had a lot of rain. Like, it was torrential all day on Thursday. Oh my gosh, don't know what I'm going to do with my poor shoes. They're caked in it, and they're fabric, you know, on the top. Don't know what's the best, washing machine or wait till it's dry and give them a scrub with a brush. I think they need re-waterproofing, to be honest, at this point. I shall look into that. Well, the rain got quite heavy, the mud got worse. Everybody we have passed has just been looking weary to lesser and greater extents, but seeing the humour in it as well. It's also been skiddy mud, and if it's on, like, if the path is kind of sloping a bit like that, oh, my camera's getting rained on, dripped on from the trees actually. If you put your foot down and it starts to slide rapidly, like 4 or 5 inches, then you put your next foot down and then that slides down in the same direction, like 4 or 5 inches, and you just panic, and it's kicking in a bit when there's a ravine on the side of it. So like sometimes like the path looks slightly less muddy right on the edge, but I'm opting for the really muddy bit that's not on the edge instead. I haven't had a walk like this for ages, in which I have had to spend so long thinking about which step I'm going to take next. I've just been standing in places thinking, right, where's the lesser of all the evils now for my foot to go? I do sometimes go for this technique, I don't know if you do. Like, this bit's not so bad here, which is why I've stopped to get the camera out, but like, you see a big footstep, for instance, where somebody has trodden before you and they've got bigger feet than you, and you think, right, well, so if I stand on that, presumably the ground underneath is going to be solid, otherwise they would have skidded, you know, or it would have sunk in. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of that. When I was little, I used to follow my dad sometimes, and I used to walk in his footsteps that he'd made in the mud, because that was my little trick. He's probably watching this going, oh, did you now? I didn't know that. I did nearly go at one point. Had to cling onto a load of long grass in the bank to stop myself going right splat in the mud like a wallowing pig. You know, that would have been quite entertaining for the vlog, probably. Oh, thank goodness the sun's come out at last. Oh, bramble just got me. Ouch. I'm not selling this to the public right now, this walk. Oh, gosh, golly. Sometimes you get boards and it's like blessed relief. I'd love to know in the comments if you've done this walk and if you have had a non-muddy experience. I don't know if this is atypical, because it really has been very, very wet lately. We've got about a mile to go, by the way. I meant to tuck my trousers in my socks and I completely forgot to do it. Oh, it's not too bad. That looked a lot worse. That looked really deep, but it wasn't. It's quite superficial, apart from that bit. No, we had a really good bit. We had a good plain sailing bit, and we were walking on planks, and it was just nice and heavenly, and then this happened. It's easing off again. That's all right. So we're just stopping on a bridge for a breather a minute. IB's getting cream egged up because I put a cream egg in the packed lunch. I'll have mine later in the car. That's pretty.
Well, we've got another bridge
Oh, this is much better. Problem is, we're very high up, and I know the end of the path is a very steep ascent, so we're going to have a load of down and then up again. We're just wishing there was like a rope bridge or something to save us the effort. Look at that splendiferous sight we've just come across. That's amazing, I love it. Stuff like that that makes all that traipsing through over a mile and a half of solid mud in the rain worth it. I've got a bit of skiddiness here, which I'm a little bit apprehensive about, but then it turns to boardwalk. Right, wish me luck. I've gone over a couple of times, my hands are a bit mucky now. Well, not over, I've caught myself. And on the last one, I had both hands in the mud, like I sort of landed on a mud bank, and IB said, oh, give me a hand, and I went, you don't want it, and I've cleaned them since. And he was like, ew. He said, no, I would still take your hand, even if it was covered in mud, but I managed without soiling him. I think we've done most of the horrendous ascent. Here he comes. I thought you might like to see how red my cheeks are after that exertion. I had a big swig of my squash before starting. I mean, it's still uphill, but it's nowhere near as steep as it was. Small mercies and all that. We're hoping to get a coffee when we get to the top because we noticed they were selling it in that big car park. Oh, back to the car, thank goodness for that. We didn't go to that cafe, we're going to find another one. I think we want to sit inside somewhere comfy. I'm not sure if I've got sunburn. It's really, my cheeks are really, really burning. It's the end of March. Can you get sunburn in the UK in March in the rain under an umbrella?
Yeah, well, I can.
Oh dear, anyway, I don't know what I've done to myself. I'll find out tomorrow if it's still red. I'm drinking pop, I'm drinking my daughter's mango tango. I said, canonica can? She said, yeah, right then. It's not very nice, to be honest, but I'm thirsty after all that. Oh. Pre-meg time, and then we're gonna have a coffee. Yum, yum, yum. I'm back. The state of those, oh my goodness. Cafe's turned out to be Imo's cafe because the one we drove to was closed. It's 25 to 5, my cheeks are still burning. They're not as bad as they were though. Yeah, 25 to 5, we just got in absolutely knackered. I was stiff as a board, I was shivery, so I just got all my wet clothes off because they were either wet from the rain or they were wet from being sweated into, you know. I was absolutely wringing wet with sweat. And yeah, a bit shivery, you know, like sometimes you can be shivery when you've been out all day, and we got so wet and everything. So anyway, just gonna enjoy a nice coffee now on the sofa with my other half, and that's about it really for this vlog. But thank you so much for watching it. Do feel free to give it a like. Here's a playlist of some other videos from me if you'd like to check some of those videos out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.